Welcome back to Change Your Life. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of Lincoln Wheat Penny value coins, exploring their iconic design, hidden treasures, and shocking history as we reveal the top 3 most valuable and ultra-rare US Wheat Pennies. The coins featured in this video include 1957 Lincoln Wheat Penny, no mint mark, Philadelphia. 1951 Lincoln Wheat Penny, D Mint, Denver. 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny, D Mint, Denver. These historic pennies are struck in copper composition and feature the classic wheat reverse design, one of the most iconic and beloved designs in American coinage. At first glance, these coins may appear dirty, worn, and heavily circulated, often showing signs of age and long use. But don't be fooled. Certain rare mint errors, varieties, and high-grade condition examples have turned some of these seemingly ordinary wheat pennies into collector treasures worth thousands, and in rare cases, even more, dollars today. Money bag. So before you overlook that old wheat penny sitting in your collection or coin jar, stick around, because you might be holding a hidden fortune in your hands. Backhand index pointing right first up. Coin number 1. A small copper coin that most people would never think twice about, something so ordinary that it blends into pocket change without any attention at all. The 1957 Lincoln Wheat Penny is exactly that kind of coin. It is small, worn, and heavily circulated across everyday life in the United States. Dirty surface, faded details, and scratches from decades of use make it look completely common. But in viral coin stories, even something this simple gets transformed into a dramatic idea of hidden wealth and unexpected fortune. This coin belongs to one of the most famous series in American numismatic history, the Lincoln Wheat Penny series, which ran from 1909 to 1958. On the front is Abraham Lincoln, one of the most important presidents in U.S. history. On the reverse are the iconic wheat ears, symbolizing prosperity and national strength. By 1957, the U.S. Mint had already been producing billions of these pennies for decades, making them one of the most common coins of their time. Now imagine holding a 1957 wheat penny today. In most cases, it is heavily circulated. The copper-bronze surface may be darkened, scratched, or worn smooth from years of handling. It has likely passed through thousands of hands, used in shops, saved in jars, or forgotten in drawers. This is exactly how circulation coins are meant to exist, not as rare collectibles, but as everyday money used in daily life. But here is where online stories often exaggerate reality. Many viral claims suggest that even a 1957 wheat penny could be worth thousands or even millions of dollars if it is old, dirty, or looks unusual. This creates an exciting fantasy that a simple penny could secretly change someone's life overnight. But in real numismatics, value is not based on age or appearance alone. The truth is very clear. The 1957 Lincoln Wheat Penny was produced in extremely large quantities. Millions upon millions were minted and circulated. That means it is not rare in standard condition. Even today, it remains one of the most commonly found wheat pennies in circulation and collections. In worn or dirty condition, its value is usually very close to face value unless something unusual is present. Collectors focus on something very specific: mint errors. These are rare mistakes that happen during production. Examples include double dies, off-center strikes, wrong metal composition, or unusual printing defects. If a coin has a verified and documented error, its value can increase significantly. But without these rare features, a normal 1957 wheat penny remains a common coin. The copper-bronze composition of this penny also plays an important role. It was made for durability and mass circulation, not for rarity or precious metal value. It was designed to be used in everyday transactions across the United States economy. Even after many decades, millions still exist in collections, jars, and old storage boxes. The wheat ears design still holds strong historical meaning. It represents agricultural strength, early American prosperity, and a long era of U.S. coinage. Even on a worn penny, that symbolism is still visible. But in the coin market, design alone does not create high value. Rarity, condition, demand, and verified uniqueness are what truly matter. The reason coins like this become viral topics is simple: people love the idea of hidden treasure. The thought that something so small and ordinary could secretly be worth a fortune creates excitement and emotional impact. It spreads quickly online because it feels like discovery. But real coin collecting does not work on emotion. It works on evidence, grading, and verified auction history. A heavily circulated 1957 wheat penny does not appear in high-value auction records as a rare or expensive coin. It is not known for extreme collector demand in worn condition. It remains a common coin in American numismatics, widely available and still frequently found in collections and old change. Still, the coin carries a quiet historical value. It represents the final years of the wheat penny era before the Lincoln Memorial design replaced it in 1959. It is a small piece of American monetary history that traveled through everyday life for decades, quietly witnessing countless transactions. At the end of the story, the truth becomes very clear. The 1957 Lincoln Wheat Penny is not a hidden millionaire coin. It is not a secret path to instant wealth or financial transformation. It is a common circulation coin produced in massive numbers, with value close to its face unless a rare and verified mint error exists. And that is the real lesson. Not every old coin is rare. Not every viral claim is true. And not every worn object hides a fortune. In the world of coins, real value comes from knowledge, because understanding what is real will always be more powerful than believing what is exciting. A small copper coin, the kind that sits quietly in pockets, jars, and drawers without anyone thinking twice about it. The 1951 Lincoln Wheat Penny is exactly that kind of coin. It looks ordinary at first glance: worn edges, faded shine, and heavy circulation marks from decades of use. Nothing about it screams value. Nothing about it looks rare. And yet, in the world of viral coin stories, even a simple penny like this gets pulled into dramatic claims of hidden treasure and life-changing money. This coin belongs to one of the most famous series in American history, the Lincoln Wheat Penny, first introduced in 1909. On the front is Abraham Lincoln, one of the most respected presidents in the United States. On the reverse are the wheat ears, symbolizing agriculture, growth, and national strength. By 1951, the U.S. Mint was producing these pennies in extremely large numbers, especially at the Denver Mint, which is why this coin carries the D Mint mark. It was not a rare issue. It was everyday money for millions of Americans. Now imagine holding a 1951 D wheat penny today. In most cases, it is heavily circulated. The copper surface may be darkened, scratched, or even slightly corroded. The details may be softened from decades of handling. This is normal for a coin that has traveled through countless hands, transactions, and everyday spending. It has lived a full life in the economy, not in a collection. But here is where viral stories often take over reality. You will hear claims online suggesting that a 1951 D penny could be worth thousands or even millions of dollars. The idea sounds exciting, like a hidden treasure waiting in your pocket. But in real numismatics, value does not come from age, dirt, or hype. It comes from rarity, condition, and verified mint errors. The truth is very clear. The 1951 D Lincoln Wheat Penny was produced in massive quantities. Millions were minted and released into circulation. That means it is not rare in standard form. Even today, it is still commonly found in coin jars, old collections, and pocket change. In heavily worn condition, its value remains very close to face value unless something unusual is present. Collectors in the coin world focus on specific types of coins called mint errors. These are mistakes that happen during the minting process. Examples include double strikes, off-center designs, missing details, or unusual metal variations. If a coin has a verified and certified error, its value can increase depending on rarity and demand. But without these special characteristics, a normal 1951 D penny remains a common circulation coin. The copper-bronze composition of this penny also explains its purpose. It was not made from silver or gold. It was designed for durability, mass production, and everyday use. Its job was to circulate widely in the economy, not to become a rare investment piece. Even after more than 70 years, millions of these coins still exist across the United States. The wheat ears design still carries deep historical meaning. It represents early American agriculture and national growth during the first half of the 20th century. Even on a worn coin, that symbolism is still visible. But in the coin collecting world, symbolism alone does not create high monetary value. Rarity, demand, and condition are what truly matter. The reason coins like this become viral topics is simple. People are naturally drawn to the idea that something ordinary could secretly be valuable. The thought of finding hidden wealth in pocket change creates excitement and emotional appeal. It spreads quickly online because it feels like a discovery story, but real coin collecting is based on facts, not imagination. A heavily circulated 1951 D wheat penny does not appear in high-value auction records as a rare or expensive coin. It is not known for extreme collector demand in worn condition. It remains a standard piece of American coin history, widely available and still easily found in collections today. Still, the coin has quiet historical importance. It represents the final years of the wheat penny era before the design changed in 1959 to the Lincoln Memorial reverse. It is a small piece of everyday history that traveled through post-war America, silently witnessing decades of economic life. At the end of the story, the truth becomes very clear. The 1951 D Lincoln Wheat Penny is not a hidden millionaire coin. It is not a secret path to instant wealth or financial transformation. It is a common circulation coin produced in huge numbers, with value close to its face unless a rare and verified mint error exists. And that is the real lesson. Not every old coin is rare. Not every viral claim is real. And not every worn object hides treasure. In the world of coins, true value comes from knowledge, because understanding reality will always be more powerful than believing hype. A small copper coin that has traveled through decades of American history, something so common that millions of people have held it without ever realizing what they were looking at. The 1944 D Lincoln Wheat Penny is exactly that kind of coin. At first glance, it looks completely ordinary: worn edges, dull copper surface, scratches from heavy circulation, and no shine left from its original minting. But in the world of viral coin stories, even a simple penny like this is often turned into a dramatic tale of hidden wealth and life-changing discovery. This coin belongs to one of the most iconic series in U.S. history, the Lincoln Wheat Penny, first introduced in 1909. On the front is Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, representing leadership and unity. On the reverse are the wheat ears, symbolizing prosperity and agriculture, two foundations of early American growth. By 1944, the United States was in the middle of World War II, and coin production was extremely active again after wartime metal changes in earlier years. The Denver Mint, D, produced millions of these pennies for everyday circulation. Now picture a 1944 D wheat penny today. In most cases, it is heavily circulated. The copper surface may be darkened, stained, or worn smooth from decades of use. It has likely passed through thousands of hands, used in shops, saved in jars, dropped in drawers, and forgotten over time. This is exactly what a circulation coin is meant to do: move through everyday life without being special or rare. But here is where online stories often become misleading and overly dramatic. You will hear claims that a 1944 penny could be worth millions of dollars. That sounds powerful, emotional, and exciting, like finding a hidden treasure in your pocket. But in real numismatics, value does not come from age or wear. It comes from rarity, condition, and verified mint errors. The truth is this: the standard 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny was produced in extremely large numbers. Millions were minted in Denver alone. It is one of the most common wartime-era pennies still found today. In normal circulated condition, even if it looks old or dirty, its value remains very close to face value unless something extremely unusual is present. Collectors focus on specific rare mistakes called mint errors. The most famous example around 1944 is not the normal penny itself, but rare error versions like the steel penny mistakenly struck or unusual metal compositions. Those rare errors can be valuable because they are scarce and verified. But a normal 1944 copper wheat penny is not rare in itself. The copper composition also matters. After the steel pennies of 1943, the US Mint returned to copper in 1944. That means this coin is made of a standard bronze alloy designed for mass production and durability. It was never intended to be a collectible or investment piece, it was designed to function as everyday money in a wartime economy. Even in heavily worn condition, the wheat ear's design still tells a story. It represents American agriculture and strength during one of the most important historical periods in the 20th century. This design stayed in circulation for decades, becoming one of the most recognized symbols in U.S. coin history. But recognition does not automatically equal high value in the collector market. The reason coins like this go viral is simple. People love the idea that something small and ordinary could secretly be worth a fortune. It creates excitement and emotional impact. The idea of holding $1 million penny in your hand is powerful. But real coin collecting is not based on emotion or hype, it is based on verified facts, auction records, and expert grading. A heavily circulated 1944 wheat penny does not appear in high-value auction listings as a rare or million-dollar coin. It is widely available in collections and still found today in circulation and old coin jars. Its value remains stable and low unless a rare, certified mint error is discovered. Still, this coin has quiet historical importance. It represents a time when America was rebuilding during and after World War II, when even small coins played a role in a massive national economy. It is a physical link to everyday life from a powerful era in history. At the end of the story, the truth becomes very clear. The 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny is not a hidden millionaire coin. It is not a secret shortcut to instant wealth. It is a common circulation coin produced in huge numbers, with value close to its face unless a rare and verified mint error exists. And that is the real lesson behind it. Not every old coin is rare. Not every viral claim is true. And not every worn object hides treasure. In the world of coins, true value always comes from knowledge, because understanding reality will always be stronger than believing hype.